Hi and welcome. This is my latest video and I'm going to tell you my experiences with fitting an aftermarket, cheap, unnamed stereo for an NT Pajero. Mine's the 2010 and I got it off eBay Australia. There's lots of them on there to choose from. And it said it's plug and play. It's not exactly plug and play, so I'm just going to let you know how I went about it. As you can see, it's pretty much your standard touchscreen stereo with all the normal functions. And for me, that gets rid of a whole bunch of cables and cords that I was using so I could play my music in the car without having to carry 50 DVDs or CDs. So I'm not going to tell you how to pull the dash apart. There's plenty of videos of those on YouTube. What I will tell you, however, is the bits that I couldn't find from anybody else. And that is, once I had the machine installed, I hadn't read the instructions, as your typical Australian male, and I called up the people I bought it from, or I messaged them, and they told me, well, if you want your steering wheel functions to work, you've got to program them in. And there is a very simple way of doing that. And I'm not going to go into that here either, because that is also on YouTube, but I will put links to these other videos I'm talking about in this description, so you can have a look at them. The programming of the buttons is really simple, and that got rid of most of my problems. The only thing that was outstanding was getting the reversing camera to work. Now, there is a reversing camera in this car. However, once I plugged in all the available plugs in the back of this unit, I had one left over. There was one coming from the car with nowhere to connect on the stereo unit. So I did a bit of Googling, and it turns out that airpro.com supply harnesses, and I went down and ordered the adapter harness this morning. So next week when it turns up, hopefully I'll be able to finish off this video and everything will be working. The Bluetooth phone works great, the steering wheel controls work great, and the GPS system works great. And the only issue with that, I suppose, is I didn't really want any bits and pieces stuck onto the car after I'd finished this job. But with the GPS, I've tried to put it in the most out of the way spot that I could find, and all I've done is put the aerial up on the dash. I've run it down under the trim and then up behind the glove box, and then connected it up to the unit. So hopefully once I get my adapter, I can finish this off, and then I'll have a fully functional system, and I'll put the air vents back into the dash. So that's it. I hope this has been of some use to somebody, and if you like this video, please click the like, or let me know what you thought in the comments. Bye now. This is part 2 of my installation video of the flat screen in my Pajero NT. That was a bit of a pain. The plug and play worked pretty well on everything except the factory reversing camera. The kit came with 2 different main looms, One had the CAN bus box on it, so I chose that one to start with, and I assumed that I needed the CAN bus box, but it refused to let us connect the reversing camera that was already fitted. I went to an auto electrician and he ordered me the adapter for a Mitsubishi, which is a little bit hard to see amongst all these wires, but this is the main part of it here. And what it does is it plugs into the reversing wire that comes out of the loom, and it also has the yellow plug to connect the video for the reversing camera, and it also goes to earth, which is this nice big blue plug at the top. Anyway, it's got a voltage reducer in there because the reversing camera only needs 6 volts, so that takes it down to 6 volts from 12. And I plugged that in and nothing happened. So anyway, I went to the auto electrician and he tried his best and they just couldn't work it out. And I mentioned that there was another loom and they said give it a go. And I gave it a go and it works. So I don't have the CAN bus protection, but I do have my reversing camera. So in the end, it's worked out pretty well. Probably not 100%, but I'm fairly happy with the outcome. Now I get to play with all the settings and all the different feeds. It has all sorts of different options that I can play with and settings. So I'll push that back in and then I will be happy. I'll just give you a quick look at the CAN bus part that came with it, which is now pulled out. And this is it here. I'd say the CAN bus part is probably that little black box there. And yeah, so I'll use the other one. I will put a link to the AirPro connection for the reversing camera in the description. And if you found this of some use or help, please let me know or give me a like. Thanks very much. Just one more thing. This is the box of the AirPro retention unit that I got. So there you can see that's the model number for a NT Pajero, and obviously all the wiring is inside my car now. Bye now. Righto people, I'm back again. I just found out from somebody else's video and the fact that my battery died on me that the Android screens have a standby power system, and as you can see there in my factory settings, I've put my standby time after power off down to 0 seconds. The next setting up is 2 days. So what the other guy said was that they will flatten your battery in about 3 days. I guess that depends on how often you drive your car, but anyway, I don't know whether that's what killed my battery or what maybe had something to do with it, partially. Anyway, as you can see, that's in my factory settings under system, and I've brought that down to 0 so it actually shuts down when I turn the car off. And that sounds like good advice from the other chap that put it on his YouTube video. Didn't realise there were going to be so many little parts to my video here, but there you go. It's a lot more technical than the old stereo that I had in the car. Hopefully this will be of some use to somebody, and good luck, have fun. Bye now.